segurum, segurmen segurum, tirmen segurum, segurmen segurum, tirmen segurum, segurmen.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Saturday night Norse Pagan, also true heathen prayer service at long last. I apologize for being late. My name is Reverend Ben Kowalski-Grech. I'm a Gothi, and this presentation is brought to you by, though late, it is brought to you by The Trove. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for coming. We always appreciate it. And again, I appreciate your patience for me being late. Hey, Civilized, how are you? Oh, the Duchess Anya blesses us again with her presence. Anya was here this morning and is now here this evening. You're doing double duty. And I see we have a newcomer here. First prayer service for Earthmaster. Well, welcome. Welcome to our newcomers here. I can't bow since I'm spending the night with my brother. Well, pray quietly. Hey, that's fine. You could always adjust and do what you can privately. Again, as I say many times, this is just a model. It's just a method. You take what you need and you go with what, just go with what you can. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, hey, King. Oh, your wife is here too. Well, that's great. Wonderful. Hey, the whole family's involved. That's great. Well, thank you all for being here once again. Some of you, again, like Duchess, was doing double duty today, is now the second prayer service of the day, which, hey, if a prayer a day keeps the doctor away, what is 2 gonna do? So that's not something we actually say. So let me break this down for those of you who, for the benefit of those of you who've never been here before. I'm gonna tell you how we structure this. So the first thing that we do is we go through a little bit of education I talk about this thing over here. This is the threefold method prayer. I call it threefold because it repeats things in threes. Very easy to remember. Most of this was pulled out of different sources, but mostly just put together by me over the last 20 years. And I'd like to talk about it with you. And the first part of it is just going through each piece of it so you get familiar with the ideas, concepts, where everything's coming from before we actually go into it. And that's the second part here, is we're actually going to do the prayer together if you want to, if you can. I'm not going to judge you because, of course, I can't see you. So I couldn't judge your form or anything like that. And I wouldn't want to, right? If you're a newcomer, if you're in a place where you can't do this, if you have some kind of maybe physical disability, movement disability that you have that you can't perform every single move, I'm not going to hold it against you. No one should. I'm just demonstrating to you one way. If you want to play along at home, you certainly can. If you want to modify and adjust as makes you feel comfortable, please go right ahead and do that. Great to see everybody. Yeah, glad you're here too. I'll occasionally glance over at chat, but when I'm really focusing on chat, it's going to be in our third part, which is in our Q&A. So I'll briefly be glancing over at the chat occasionally while I'm here, but when we do Q&A, that's when I'll actually be doing the actual focus on the chat. So first part education, second part prayer, third part Q&A. Okay, with that in mind, let's get started. All right, education. First, let's talk about what the initial questions of pagan prayer and the practical ones. So the first question that we want to answer is, which way do we face? A couple different ways to determine that. The first one is, do you have an altar, a shrine, some icons at home? If so, great, face those. Easy peasy. Face those. If you don't, and maybe you're just starting out, maybe this is new to you, I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy an altar, to go out and buy statues, to go out and buy a shrine. No. You can simply just follow this guide. If the sun is rising where you are, you will face east. If the sun is setting or has set, you will face north. I believe the east direction comes from Bede, and I think he's talking about the Anglo-Saxons there, that they faced east. And in, I believe it might be the Heimskringla, or it might be one of the other sagas, where there's a town of people who face north when they pray. I just combine these together. It makes sense to me. Sun rising, face east. Sun setting or sun has set, face north. Easy peasy. So if you don't have an altar, which I did not when I got started, I'll tell you that. Yeah, that's where you face. Now that we've figured out what way we're looking here, what do we do to bless the space that we're about to pray in? Because, as you know, we live in multi-purpose spaces. My house is a mess most of the time. If you can glimpse behind me, you see the disaster that is my basement. It is a kid's room. It is a playroom. It is a gym. It is an office. It is a laundry room. It is an island of misfit toys. It is storage. It is so many things. In addition to the prayer room. So when I entered prayer, when I entered to pray, I want to make sure the space that I'm about to enter is blessed for that purpose. There's a lot of different ways that heathens have blessed space. If you're old school, or you've been to this prayer service before, you know what I'm about to do. We used to do the hammer rite. So actually, no, I shouldn't say used to. Many people still do. But I would say that when you do it, it definitely rings old school to me. Where, hammer in the north, hail and hallow this holy stead. Hammer in the east, hail and hallow this holy stead. Hammer in the south, do that same thing. Hammer in the west, and hammer above, hammer below. It's it's very high magic. to me, and that's, I think, part of the tradition it comes from, which is the Wiccan calling of the corners. The Hammerite comes and derives from that. So it's going to sound like high magic because it comes from high magic, which is fine. Again, it's something that is super old school. People do it all the time still, but when I hear it nowadays, I'm like, oh, you old school. You're an OG, probably. But there's other people who have innovated, I think. And the way I've seen it done by others is they use fire in some way, shape, or form. So either they bless a torch, they have like a torch or a candle or something that they bring around a space, or they light a sacred fire to start and bless the ritual space. I am in a basement. I live in a house full of asthmatics, and I have like this much room. Like this much. I'm not kidding. I'm touching a wall and a desk at this point. I don't have that much room. So the thought of bringing fire into this space is a bit daunting. So what do? Well, took a tip from our friends from the East. I have a little singing bowl here. You could use a bell if you want to, if you have one of those. Or you could simply clap your hands. So, bell, singing bowl, or clap of the hands. You can do any of those things. We just do those. I do those 3 times before I enter. So I ring 3 times, ding 3 times, or clap 3 times. Either way, again, I'm not going to make you go out and buy equipment for this. If you've just got your hands, you just got to clap your hands. That's it. Next. So now you've blessed the space. What do we do next? I bow. Bow in the direction that I'm praying. Bow towards the altar. Bow once. And then I come to kneeling, which I'm doing right now. Now I'm kneeling. I've now blessed the space. Now it's time, logically, to bless myself. I touch my hand to my forehead, say, bless my thoughts. Touch my hand to my throat, say, bless my words. Then I extend my hands in front of me and I say, bless my deeds. That's the blessing. Now, base is blessed. Now I am blessed. Let's go ahead and do the actual prayer. What do we do for an actual prayer? Well, first question that people usually ask with prayer is, what do I say? Do I just start talking? I just start yakking at the gods like we're old friends? Some people do, for sure. Other people prefer more structure and more, some might say, formality. So I'm going to give you the formality, right? I'll give you the formality just because the notion of you sitting here watching me yak with the gods, I don't think that will be useful for you. I just don't. You know, me telling Odin about my day. No, I think what you guys probably will want is something a little bit more on the formal side, just so you see how it is. So we don't have a leftover prayer, something that has been passed down in the runes for generations. No. We don't have anything like that. What we do have, though, is poetry, and a lot of it, and great poetry. And some of that poetry really lends itself well to prayers. The 2 verses in particular that I focus on are from the Sigdrifamal, verses 2 and 3, which is where the Valkyrie awakens and gives this speech where she says, "Hail day, hail sons of day." And then she does another verse, which is, "Hail the gods, hail the goddesses." A lot of people have in heathenry incorporated these as their kind of what we might even call like a Lord's Prayer of heathenry. If there were such a thing, I would probably nominate the Sigdrifamal for that. A lot of us have it memorized. I'm no different. And I'll share it with you as we go through it. When we get to the part where we're going through the different, verses, I'll have them up on the screen so you can sing along at home if you want to. Okay. After doing that, after speaking those 2 verses, we're then going to go into free verses. free verses are, you know, I've got my first 2 verses down. I've got that structure. Now I'm going to speak verses based on that structure. So the Hail Day, Hail Sons of Day, Hail Gods, Hail Goddesses. Yeah. I'm going to take that structure and start applying it to gods and goddesses that I want to worship or hail or whatever it is I want to do in that moment. So if it's Thor, I would say like, Hail Thor, Hail Son of Odin and of Earth, Hail our sustainer and our protector. And then I go into like blessing of Thor. So this would be the moment as well, as if you guys have been here before, you know, when we have a free verse, I always encourage the chat to get in on the fun. And, you know, who do we want to whom do we wish to pray this evening? So if you're in the chat, please drop me suggestions for to whom we should direct our prayers. Please not a very long list. Please not a super long list. Be good to your Gothi. Because I'm gonna tell you, after every single verse I prostrate. So it's like full face down, hands down, back up. Full face down, hands down, back up. So you can imagine after a couple of these you get pretty lightheaded. And I want to say this too, like the format of the free verses, there is no set number that you are required to do. Could do 1, could do 100 if you wanted to. It depends on your feeling of devotion for that day. And you don't have to name and worship every single god and goddess that you can think of and imagine. You just have to focus on what you're there to focus on. So if Thor is your guy for that day, if Thor is the one who's, you know, the relationship that you want to deepen with that practice, you could do 100 verses just to Thor. You could do 100 different verses, or you could do 100 of the same verse. Doesn't matter. What matters is this is your moment and you get to use it how you choose, right? This is your moment with Thor. This is your moment of devotion with Thor. So if you do 100 verses to Thor, great. If you want to do 50 to Odin and 50 to Thor, hey, great. Again, your moment of devotion. You get to define how much time you're going to spend there. After that, though, what I recommend and what I'm going to demonstrate is also after that moment of prayer, I also recommend a moment of reflection and meditation. What I like to meditate on is that since prayer is a divine encounter, it is us meeting the gods. It is us being aligned with them. And what what I like to think on in that moment is how I'm going to take this moment out of here and then into the rest of my life, the rest of my week, the rest of my day. And I'm going to do that by focusing on 3 main things: seeking wisdom, speaking kindly and truthfully towards others, and doing good deeds. Those are the 3 things that I think of when I think, okay, how am I going to take this moment of encounter with the gods, and how am I going to take it out into the world and make a difference where I am? And that's after those 2 minutes of contemplation, meditation, and reflection. I'll rise to my feet, I'll bow twice more, and then we can get to our Q&A. How's that sound? Sound good? Let's see here. Who do we have in chat? So, holy buckets. Okay, we got a ton. You know, civilized jokes saying all of them, and then you guys just do all of them. Okay, so we got Odin and Thor. We've got Bragi. Tyr, Odin again. Freya, Frigga. Air. Loki and Fenrir. Odin again. You're gonna see a podcast soon. That's great. Thor. Okay, again. Oh, thank you, Civilized, for summarizing. Odin, Thor, Bragi, Tyr, Air, Frigga, Loki, and Fenrir. And possibly Surtur, if that's okay. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. We could do it. We can do it. All right. let's get started. We've got our list. Let's get started. Bless my thoughts, bless my words, and bless my deeds. Hail day, hail sons of day, hail night and her daughter. Look upon us with kind eyes, as we who are patient find peace. Hail the gods, hail the goddesses, hail the ever-giving earth. Bless us with wisdom, kind words, and healing hands lifelong. Let's get into our free verses. Hail Odin. Hail to the Wise One, the Wanderer. Hail to the All-Father. Hail to the Father of Wisdom. Odin, bless and guide us. Grant us not only knowledge, but yes, wisdom. Guide us down the true path. And guide us to truth. And give us the courage to understand that truth. Hail Thor. Hail to the son of Odin and of earth. Hail to our sustainer and our protector. Thor, may you bless and protect all innocent victims of war, children. May you bless them with safety. May you crush all obstacles in the path of those you protect. Hail Bragi. Hail to the best of poets. Hail to he of the rune-carved tongue. Bragi, bless and keep and make wonderful the creative endeavors of those who pray to you. May they be not only of surpassing beauty, but may they also hearken us back to greater truth. Hail Tyr. Hail to the righteous Lord. Hail to the bravest, most courageous of gods. Tyr, help us to find true justice. Help us to see the right. And help us have the courage to choose the right when it is not the easy thing to do. Hail air. Hail to the healing maiden. Hail to she, the best of physicians. Air, may you heal and protect our loved ones and ourselves. May you restore us to wholeness and safety and rid our bodies of sickness. Hail Freya. Hail to our joy. Hail to our Lady of Grace and Light. Freya, may you fill the hearts of those of us who pray to you in earnestness. May you fill us with joy, happiness. May you bless our very steps with your joy. Hail Frigga. Hail to the Blessed Mother. Hail to the Beloved. Frigga, may you bless and protect all the children of this world as they go off to summer camps in the United States, as they go off to school elsewhere. Protect their steps as you fiercely protected your own child. Protect ours as well. Hail Loki. That's an interesting up to that one, but hail Loki. Hail to the faithful companion. Hail to the Skywalker, the far traveler. Loki, may you stand with and bless and protect those who have the courage to be their true selves in spite of difficulty, who walk the hard road of becoming who they are meant to be. May you walk with them in their journey. Turn their obstacles into the path that they must tread. Hail Fenrir. Hail to the Howler. Hail to the hungerer for justice. Fenrir, may you bless and protect those who have been hurt, harmed, and wounded. May you protect them fiercely. May they come to no harm. And may they someday find peace. Hail Surtur. Hail to the flame, hail to the renewer. Hail to Surtur, Eve the undying flame. May we someday experience renewal. May we see beyond horizons of disaster. May we see possibility and hope. May we see that hope for revival and renewal. Right. Quite a few. Let's move into our meditation. Once again, contemplating how are we going to seek wisdom, how are we going to speak kindly and truthfully towards others, and how are we going to do good and healing deeds. Think on that. right. Thank you guys very much. Taking that moment to reflect. Let's stand and bow, and we'll get to our Q&A. Thank you all for coming to this prayer service. Let's hop on over to our education station. Thank you all for coming. No, thank you. Wormeal? Oh, thank you, King. And thank you for being here. Thanks to everyone for coming. If you guys have any questions or anything, if you have questions about theology, Norse paganism, practical stuff like what do I do when blah blah blah, I'm a Gothi. I should be able to help answer some of those questions. And if you have questions about who's putting this thing on, who is this organization, The Troth, I'm the president of that organization, I should be able to answer some questions about that as well, just in case you're curious about who's putting this whole thing on. Oh, thank you, Anya. Yes, wonderful prayer to add in there. What is the flight speed of a swallow laden with a coconut? Well, I don't know. Wonderful. Felt so good to be able to do this. So, oh, thank you, Murph Master. Well, thank you for participating. I hope it did you some good. If you were able to participate, that's great. Why we do this? Do I work with runes too? No. Surprisingly, no. It is one of the things in Norse paganism that has I've never been interested in. Oddly enough, like I've never been interested in runes, but I've also never really been interested in things like tarot, divination. I've never quite gotten into esoterica, right? So, it's something that's always passed me by. Yeah, I've never I've never done that before. Fortunately, I do know people that do. Plenty of people do. I know people in the Troth that do. But as for me myself, I've never had much use for them. I know that's very weird to say as a heathen, but I've never had use for them. Found this app called Futhark, and it shows you the runes, helps you translate messages. Oh. Okay. Drawn to an Ankh? Yeah. I mean, I don't even have any pagan-y symbols. Like I don't wear a Mjolnir, which I know is for me, I suppose. But yeah, I don't wear a Mjolnir. I don't have any runic. I have some runic stuff around my house that my friends put together for us for our house blessing. But other than that, not much. Curious about the Troth. Okay. I have been working with runes for many years, and they are very important to me. I have manas tatted on my middle finger. Sorry. It's good. I'm curious, how can I further this practice with the Troth? I really like your message. I wish I could tell you that the Troth has a dedicated runes program. For runes, we do have lore, and we have a lore program, and you get more into like the academic study of the runes rather than like the esoteric study of the runes. For esoteric study of the runes, what I would do is I would actually contact a group called the Fellowship of Fire and Ice. They have a couple courses on runes, one of which I think I can recommend from Siri Pluff, who wrote Queering the Runes. Very, very good person. I met her She is very nice, very smart, and definitely knows what she's doing. So I would say search for a course from them on more of the esoteric stuff with the runes, and I would recommend Siri Pluff as a instructor if she's available. If not, I know they have other people like Ryan Smith. I know teaches a course on runes, and he's a very, I mean, I feel like I don't even need to tell people about Ryan Smith because he does already have a name for himself, so he doesn't really need me to promote him, but I think he'd also be a good teacher as well. Does anyone know how to survive the teething stage of a 6-month-old? I'm sorry, I'm catching up on these questions now. Yes, I have survived it. I unfortunately could not tell you how I did it. Here, we used to use these cold teething rings. So like, you know, your teething ring, put it in the freezer. That helped us a lot, like putting it in the freezer. That generally was a little more satisfying for her. Onions. No, I would say yeah, it's take whatever teething ring you have, put it in the freezer, see if that helps. There's also some kind of like there's some gels or something that I've heard helps. There's like a clove gel that we used to use, like it's based in cloves. I don't know, we used to use that, and you know, we rub it kind of on her gums to help her feel better. The Fellowship of Fire and Ice wormeal. Fellowship of Fire and Ice is what I was talking about. Someday I might wear a Mjolnir again, I think, but for now I just don't have one. Well, what I would say, King, is again, it's not the kind of food, it's the temperature, and I would say like play with cold food. What I would say. All right, thank you guys so much for the questions. Some on heathen theology, some on runes, and some on childcare. Hey, we're doing it all. We're doing it all today. I do appreciate the new parent thing. I've been there. My wife and I have been there. Like, it's hard to remember at this point what it was like to have a 6-month-old. I think our brains just instinctively block those times, because I can tell you there were many times when I would like pass out on the road or something because I was so tired. But yeah, we made it through. I'm living proof. Our daughter is now 6 years old, so you can get through this. It is doable. I know it's hard right now, but it's possible. And I you know, all strength to you and your wife. I know how hard this is. Yep, child pain reliever, and yes. All right. Thank you guys once again so much for coming to this prayer service. These services are so much more fun and more interesting when you guys come. But we, either way, whether you're here or not, we will be. And I apologize for being late, but we will be here every Saturday. Next Saturday, we're here 6 a.m. Central, and then 8:30 p.m. Central. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But we'll be there for you guys whenever you guys want to come back. If you're new, thank you for coming. Hope to see you again. We will be here for whenever you need us. All right.